So I decided to start off with two quotes that I think describes team perfection from Frederick Douglass. The first quote is if there's no struggle, there's no progress. Because I know each and every one of us hasn't just had it easy the whole time. We all have been through ups and downs since we've been in team perfection. And the second one is that it's easier to build strong children than it is to repair broken men. Because I feel we're preparing ourselves for the future. We're the next people who gonna take over the world. Team perfection.
Say it again. That was so powerful.
Oh, the quote. It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. All right, so I gotta get into this thing now. First off, I would like to say thanks to my pops, right there in the back, white T-shirt. For everything he's done and shaped me into the person I am today. He took his son from Brooklyn and the projects and turned him into an honorable man that can help shape the future. Next, I would like to thank all my fellow seniors here tonight and the amazing times we have. For me and Kamari and Coach Stevens and Matei in World History, which registered, he's getting kicked out a lot. It's bad, man. Then, to me and Michael in the cross hall in the courtyard lunch, freshman days, to having laughs with Jerry, from watching Clifton Chavis go into a quarterback to an offensive lineman over the years. And then second, I want to just tell the underclassmen that, just keep going strong so at the end you can go out with a bang, You don't want to be that senior fighting to get his grades right so he can walk across stage. It should be an easy sweep. And then we had to say three things we wanted to reach before we turned 30. First, I would like to own my own house, paid off in full. Then I want to have a couple college degrees, not just one, in different areas. And then I want to have a career, not a job, because I know some people at 30 just working a job, but not a career that they're that Miss Nichols always tells us build careers, not jobs, so you can just be happy at work. Because I remember she told me if you're happy at work, then you'll never really have to work a day in your life. And then I want to say thank you to Miss Nico, who I met one day in 10th grade following Kamari at lunch, because I wasn't originally part of Team Perfection. And ever since that day, I think my life has changed. She showed me how to look at school a different way. She showed me how to really, study, how to look at class from a different approach. It's not just going to class, you're learning something new every day. To wake up and actually have a purpose to come to school, not to just sit there because your parents making you. And then I want to thank Mr. Jones, who I met last year, who's been a role model to me ever since I met him the first day in Cat Labs. We was joking on each other about him not having hair. I understand that. But ever since then, he been my right hand man, And I just want to thank Team Perfection because it helped me do everything I am now, helped me graduate.
How y'all doing today? All right. So I'm graduating, and you bring it up. So I want to thank God for bringing me here and keeping me here. I want to thank my parents for being with me this whole time. It was an honor. I want to thank Team Perfection. Team Perfection, I've been with them for 3 years, and they have stuck by me through everything. Whether my grades failed, they was up, they always congratulate me, or they want me hey, get your grades up. So, I want to thank all my seniors, all of them. I want to thank Kamari, Zaire. I have most classes with Zaire, so I see him more than anybody. I want to thank Mike. I've been with Mike since freshman year. He's been so cool. Joey. I want to thank Alan over there. And all the other ones will. I got his name. But yes, everyone has been real here for me, and I appreciate that. And things I want to do before I'm 30. I plan on graduating from Wake Tech. I want to get my electrician trade, and I want to get a contractor's license, so I don't need to work under nobody. I can own my own business. I plan on owning my own business. I want to build a house up for myself. I don't move in anybody else's house. I want to build my own house. And I plan on succeeding in life and making my parents proud for me.
Trust me, it's not worth it in the long run, I can tell you that. And I guess 3 things I want to accomplish by 30, might sound a little cliche considering my dad passed away, but I want to do everything in my power to make him proud and try to be a better man than he was. I don't know. I want to be able to own my own home by the time I'm 30. That'd be dope, I guess. And I also, I don't know. I don't know. That's all. I only had 2. I'm sorry.
Okay, first off, I would like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I'll start off, I thank my mom and my brother. They're my biggest supporters, my support system ever since. Okay. Even when I was messing up, freshman year, sophomore year, and summer junior year, they kept me on track, or tried to, even though I was stubborn. I came to Broughton freshman year as a stubborn, 5'7", nappy-headed, young black boy that didn't care about school like that. Sophomore year was the same thing. I was skipping, doing everything that I should have been doing. Junior year, I finally got on track. I realized what I wanted to do. And I knew what it took to get to that. So I started putting in work. And ever since then, I've been striving and succeeding. And I'd like to thank, in large part, to Miss Perry. She's been with me since freshman year as well, keeping me on track, beating me down about stuff that I didn't really care about at the time. But then looking back on it, I really appreciate you for that. Words of advice to the underclassmen and juniors, upcoming seniors: just stay on top of everything. Don't take anything for granted. Do your best. Be the best you can be in everything you do. People will recognize it. Like, doors are open. You accomplish more just by trying. 3 things I want to accomplish by the time I'm 30. I want to be, first off, I want to go into education. By that time, I want to be either teaching for about 6 or 7 years or getting ready to go into administration and stuff like that. I also want to be an author, and I want to be a public speaker. I know I have a long way to go from right now. Soon I'll plan on being an effective public speaker, and I want to speak on change and, like, in a black neighborhood and advocating for unity and brotherhood. That's the main thing I want to do. And it's the same thing with being an author. Like, my books, I want to shed light on our plight as young black men and how we have to put on different faces and we have to be, like, it's hard to explain, but we have to be versatile, to be honest. Like, because we have a side with our friends and brothers, and then we have a side, the professional side as well, as anyone would. But yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, those are 3 things.
How you guys doing? My name is Alan Brown. I'm 18. I'm a senior. I graduate high school. I want to start off by thanking God for this gift. And I want to thank my beautiful parents right here, my mom, my dad. And I want to thank Miss Kloss. She came out today. She's been with me all 4 years. She's been pushing me hard. She's always on my back. I want to thank her. I want to thank my teammates here. We argue, we fight, we dance, we rap, but we get it done. Yes. So, yes. Oh, the mic, yes. Yeah, I want to thank Miss Nico also, because Miss Nico always walks up to me, how you doing? Bright smile. She makes my day. Thank you, Miss Nico. And without this club is based on bonds. Like, when we went to Wiley to help out the kids, it was like, it really touched me. Like, helping the kids, it was a bond. I got to do it with Zaire. We were signing the kids like we were famous. Like, kids ran up to us like we were famous, And I never signed autographs on that before. So I I was a big fool. And then, my handwriting is not the best, so I wouldn't spill in anything. Yeah, that was good. So, yeah, it's been a long journey from freshman to senior year. My grades, they weren't the best. They weren't the worst either. So, I've just been making it through. And 3 things I want to accomplish before I'm 30. I want to own a piece of property. I want to graduate. I want to have my master's by the time I'm 30. And I want to buy my mother and father a house. So thank you. I'm going to graduate 2017. Let's do it.
How you doing? I'm Kamari Noble, and I'm a senior. All right, so I would like to thank my mom and my grandma because they basically kept me up and like kept my grades going, and basically they just was there for me, and they helped me, and they just made sure I was doing everything I had to do to be where I'm standing today. And I would like to thank both of them because without them, I probably wouldn't be here with y'all. I probably wouldn't even have gotten this far. Now I would like to talk about my friends. Zaire being my best friend, like my brother, and Michael. Just every time I see Michael, he's always happy, and I've been knowing him for a while. Matei, he's just like one of the coolest dudes I know. Joey, one of my friends, we play, fight, talk, laugh. Clifton, tried to knock my head off during football practice, but I still love him. Rig, he's like one of my brothers too. Jerry, like one of my brothers. It's just like, without them, like that's probably that's not probably, it is a big part in my life, and they keep me going too, so I would like to thank them. My plans for college this fall, I'm going to A&T. I want to go for entrepreneurship and business, and I want to start my own business start my own business. I want it to be an insurance business too. I want to focus on life and car insurance. One thing the underclassmen can do, get their community service done and stay in touch with this group and start bonds with the men that's in this group and the people that help you, and get help when you need it, because if you don't, it's gonna be hard for you. 3 things I would like to do. I want to give back to the community through starting groups for young black men who came from similar backgrounds that I did, because it's not easy. You need people to help you, and you need people to show you the right way. I want to be able to support my mom and grandma and put my little brother through college. That's a big thing to me. I want him to have a better life than what I did. I want him to have the best of the best, and I want him to go to any college he wants to without having to worry about it. And I want to have a career, and I want to prosper in life. I want to keep going and advance and help people and just do all this and just give back, because why not give back? If you are able to give something, you should be able to give it to people. And I would like to thank Miss Parrish, because she was my CAPS class teacher freshman year, and I didn't know anything about Broughton, and being in that class helped me a lot. I would like to thank Coach Dawson, because even though he came during during my senior year, he was still a good man, and he taught me a lot, not even about football, just more being a man and being good to people. I would like to thank Miss Pattersall Williams. She was my English teacher. She just kept me up too. I would like to thank Miss Kincaid, because it was times I didn't know math and I came and got help from her. Without her, I probably wouldn't have passed math too. And Miss Nika, she's like my school mom. She helped me with everything, and she helped me go to college and everything. And Mr. Jones, I can't forget about Mr. Jones. He's helped me too. He showed me what it's like to be a black man that's actually doing something good and doing something with his life. So those are just a few things I wanted to say, and
I'd just like to start by pretty much thanking my mom and my dad, who's not here, but my mom, who's here. even though you can't always be here because, of course, you're providing for us a place, a roof over my head, and food on the table. You still try your hardest to be here at special things like this, and you still have my back through everything. And you are my #1 supporter, and I thank you for that. I love you. And so like I said, when school is a second home to me, and it's only that way because of my friends who I have here and because of the teachers who have loved me like I'm their own. And I'd just like to start by thanking Miss Nico, Miss Pattisall Williams, Mr. Jones, and there are so many I could name, Miss Kincaid, and who just treat me as I'm their own and are that support system when maybe my mom's not right here in front of me and I need somebody just to talk to directly. And it's a beautiful thing, and I couldn't do anything that I've done without them. So the group of boys, it was 9th grade year, and I felt like I was in trouble. It was a random day, just a normal Friday. I was very happy for the weekend, and I get pulled into the library. I get like an anonymous phone call. My teacher tells me to go, so I go. And I see all these kids who I've seen before. I knew a couple of them, I was friends with them, but it was a whole bunch of 11th and 12th graders just standing like this, watching me as I walked in, and I was like, what is going on? One of them who I knew, who was my first friend ever at Broughton because he lived in my neighborhood, Assad, and I was like, what's going on? He's like, just sit down. And I knew I was in trouble, and I knew I did something bad. And then we start talking about, of course, what the program is, and I was like, oh, they said that they chose it because we showed traits in leadership. And I was like, I don't know what that means. We were kind of bad, but we were kind of the cool kids, but, you know. And I mean, eventually it just brought us all so close, and this group is like my comfort. It's like my comfort zone. I wouldn't have done anything like student government. I wouldn't have done anything without this group being here as my foundation for me to go to and for me to feel comfortable with whatever move I was making. Miss Nico is the one who told me and Matei to go up, and Zaire to go up to that meeting in Miss Pattisall Williams' room, and we went, and me, Matei, and Zaire just all looked at a paper, and we were like, oh, student government, is this like where you get on class council? So we just kind of circled things, and then they told me later that I was the only one who still stuck with it, and they were like, but we're just gonna be on class council or on XCAB because Miss Pattisall Williams had told them the difference. But I ended up running for something. I was gonna take my name off, but they convinced me not to. And then I talked to the whole group, and they also convinced me not to. And I can honestly say that they're the reason that I did any of that. Had some talking points. So yeah, I said that I was gonna thank seniors, and I feel like I've done that. Thank you guys so much for being my brothers, just like that foundation. You guys have made me really enjoy these years and made it possible for us to strive like this, and it's a beautiful thing. I'd just like to tell underclassmen, I can see a couple of you guys, right? There's only a couple of you guys here, but just stay on top of it. And honestly, like 9th grade, I came in and I did not like the school at all. I wanted to change. You can ask my mom. I wanted to go to Athens, where my friends went, where my brother went, and did not like it one bit. But once I started doing more at school, once I started just, I don't know, reluctantly going to things, I realized that this was a home, and it's what you make it. It is really what you make it. So my biggest suggestion is getting into something. You're into something already. So I know you guys have already noticed that. It makes it much more enjoyable, and it's awesome that you were brought into this. So don't squander this opportunity. Team Perfection helped me, like I said, with just that solid foundation. Zaire nodding his head back there. The cross hall days when we were fooling around and we didn't know what we were doing next class, we would just, it was crazy. And I love you all for that. I can't stress how much I love you guys. You guys are the best. 3 things before 30. I said that I was gonna get up here and kind of think off the top of the head. 3 things before 30. I mean, success is the main goal, absolutely. I guess one specific thing would be, of course, buying my own house, buying a house for myself. Another thing is absolutely graduating from college, some sort of higher education. And another thing would be doing something for my mom, but I can't exactly name it because she won't tell me what it is because she says you just do everything for you, but I absolutely have to do something for her. So the third thing will be that thing. So thank you. I love you all for coming. And yeah.
My name's Joey Reedy Watkins. After high school, I'm planning on going to the Navy. And for underwater welding. What else? I want to thank my brothers over here in this table. And my brother right here, of course. Is me. But this is my school brothers. And they helped me with a lot of things. Like, when I was going through home problems, they cheered me up somehow. Really, all those guys over there, they know how to make me smile every day. Team Perfection helped me with grades. Miss Nico, Miss Jones, they're not scared to come to the classroom, pull you out of class, and talk to you as your grades. They might even jack you up a little bit. That's that right. Advice to the younger guys. Like everybody else said, stay on top of your stuff. Don't get behind, because once you get behind, it's hard to get back up. And, 3 things I plan to do by the age of 30 is, get into the Navy actually.
So like they said, my name is Matei Wiggins, and I also wanted to start off with a quote. So it's kind of something Miss Nico taught me, and it goes like, if your dreams don't scare you, then they are not big enough. So that means like, if your dreams are not big enough, if your dreams don't scare you, then you're not going as high as you really can go. First, I would like to thank my parents. I had 2 wonderful parents, blessed to have 2 wonderful parents. And I also would like to thank some special teachers in my life. Miss Jackson, she's not here, but she was my elementary school teacher. She always kept me straight and got me out of any trouble I was ever in. And Miss Patterson Williams, she always looked after me even after I turned her away sometimes. And also Coach Wheeler, who is not here today, but he always kept me on the right path in football and was like a dad on the field. And also some other people who have helped me along the way. I also appreciate all my fellow classmates, like my brothers over there. Like Michael said, we walked in the room, there was a whole bunch of people just standing around looking, and we didn't know what to expect, but me and him, we stood up, and then we became the leaders of the program. I'll be attending UNC Charlotte, and I'll be studying business and marketing. Team Perfection has been like a mom to me at school, and it helped me along the way keep my grades up, and also made sure I kept a good relationship with my teachers with my attitude. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be a part of such a magnificent program, and want to thank Ms. Nico for all her hard work. And some advice I have for the underclassmen are, don't be afraid to seek out help, because you're always going to need help from somebody no matter what. 3 things I want to do before I'm 30. Buy my own house, buy a nice car, and make it so that my children don't have to worry about anything. So pave the way for them and be a role model for them, and also my little brothers and little sisters, the 4 of them that I have. Thank you guys for coming out tonight.
Aren't they amazing? Didn't I tell you?